What's up, guys? This is Kalidius, and today I'm gonna talk about joints. It's very important to keep in mind that you have joints, not only muscles, right? Unfortunately, these joints can, really be problematic. Unfortunately, these joints are not made of diamonds. You hear this very often that people have problems with joints, elbows, knees, mostly. And I used to have, a lot of issues in my joints, in my elbows, on and off for many months before. Same thing with my knees. And then I started to do something and they completely vanished. Never ever have any problems or any pain in my joints. Occasionally I have, but I know exactly why. I did something wrong. So therefore, here's a tip for you that do not have any pain yet, or for you that have pain. And this is a golden piece of advice. Here's what you should do to prevent or to stop it. First of all, do not lock. Do not lock the arms. Do not lock the legs. That's it. Stop locking as often as you can. Recommended, never ever lock. Why? Because most of the pain and the stress is coming from the repetitions that you're doing day in and day out. When you're just pushing, everything's going fine until you lock. Just think about it. You have a huge weight. Your muscle can take a lot of weight. The muscles are very, very powerful. They're not something hard that can break. They are flexible. But your joints, they are very sensitive. They are hard and they can kind of, feel the tension extra. So when you're pushing any weight, when you're locking, imagine this. All the weight is just being resting on the joints. It's gonna be a huge stress on the joint. Click. And it's also usually a very sudden movement. So what you should do is, if you're doing a bench or anything, when you move out, do not go all the way up. Just a little bit below the locking movement. And same thing when you're going down. Do not go all the way down. It's actually a little bit problematic if you do all the way down. It's usually no problem for the joints, but it's right here when you're going all the way up. If you lock right here, even if you don't feel pain right now, you're gonna feel it, I guarantee you. If you do this repetitively over a period of many months, you're gonna start to feel something around here. So you should always leave a little space. And as a bonus as well, you're gonna feel that the exercise is becoming suddenly far harder because you're not cheating at all. You're not resting. So this is actually a good thing. You're keeping attention all the time around at the pecs, for instance. I'm doing this so that I can save my joints. Another little tip to prevent any pain is to not use very heavy weights very often. That's of course a self-explanatory piece of advice. I mean, clearly, if all your training composed of 1 rep max, you're gonna feel pain. It's part of the training. But usually it's because you're locking. So if you just avoid locking, there's no problem that's gonna arise from the joints. I guarantee you, or at least it's gonna decrease a lot. Same thing with the legs. If you go all the way up and lock, your joints are gonna take a beating. What you should do is just to let the joints, just before locking, stop right there before it locks. This is very common. You see people go all the way and lock. I mean, I can feel the pain that's waiting for them. If you just lock, it's a huge stress on the joints. This is gonna lead up to pain. Do not lock. Just go almost all the way. And as a bonus, it's gonna be a better exercise for the muscles. See ya.